beasts, aren't they? Chuffed to bits. The smallest little thornback ray. No, I'll just concentrate on not losing the rod over the side. And its eyes, it's got amazing eyes. Doggy in the boat, covered in mullet. There's a bit of weight to that, you know. And that's what we want, don't we? We don't want the same all the time. We want something different, a good old show. Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm out on the beach. I'm gonna be fishing, but I'm not yet. I've got no rods in the water. Beach shout is already up. The Bigaloo. I'm setting up my camera gear, but I needed to catch the last of the light before it gets pitch black, just so I can show you where I am. Because anytime soon, it's all going to be head torches, small fields of view, all that kind of stuff. So I'm at Barton on Sea. I'm at Barton on Sea, and I'm either verging on genius or utter madness, because there's no one else here. Because there's no one else here, you always get a little bit worried. Did I figure out something that no one else did? Or am I just a complete and utter loon? I don't know. Or none of the above. So, beach fishing. I've been doing some beach fishing, but I've had some technical issues. Don't go too far into it, but I had some microphone issues and a few other bits and pieces. Some footage came out pretty poor. Rained out, weeded out, winded out. But yeah, I'm hoping for good things. This spot is where I got my PB small eye ray from. Some time ago now, but I class it as still within this year. So what am I after today? I'm after anything. Anything will be appreciated, but I'm targeting rays. Bottom baits, double sand eel and squid, bluey and squid, just bluey. I'm going to try them all. And I'm going to try out 3 different rigs. So I've got the drop down pulley rig. There's a making video above me now. There's the Trident pulley rig. Guess what? There's a making video above me now. And the up and over rig, which is a channel and my personal favourite. And there'll be one of those above me now. If it will let me put 3 links in. I'm not sure if it will. If one of those links don't appear, it's because they've been bad boys, and I'll put it in at the end. Yeah, so all exciting stuff. Just seen a pretty seagull flying past. It must be like a tern or something. It's an omen. It's a lucky omen. So I'm targeting rays. Anything would be welcome. I know it's going to rain. You can see there's rain in the air. It's forecast rain. The shout is up. The Bigaloo. The benefit of the Bigaloo, it's got a front door. So I can put the front door half across and even close it in some more. And I'm hungry. I'm hungry for a shore caught fish. The reason why I'm hungry, I ain't had my tea. Should always go home for your tea, but I thought I'd get chips on the way. No chip shops open. Or none that I could see. Devastated. I had my heart set on a sausage and batter and a large chips. I'm starving. I've got a flask of coffee though, so that's one thing. Anyway, less jibber jabbering, more beavering. I need to rig up, show you guys what I'm doing. Get a bait in the water. Need to get a bait in the water. Prompt 2. So one last quick look around, look. Barton on Sea. What a beautiful place. It's cracking. I'm right down in the corner, look, by where the rocks are. If anyone that comes down here can see that and knows what that is. I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you. I've got my Century Fireblade and my 525 Mag 3. And I was fishing it reel up. So I've moved it down, but not all the way down, because I don't believe in making drastic changes. But I'm just curious to try this one out. So I'm going to do a comparison. The other one's going to be reel up still. This one's I've gone half the way down. 2/3 of the way down. Just to see if I can put a little bit more power into the cast. I'm no casting demon. I'm no expert. But it'd be nice to fish one of each of the rods, you know, in each of the positions. One further up, one a bit down. Make the comparison. I'm just fiddling around trying to get my Termalink out. And also, I've got this leader line. So I know everyone's going to screw their nose up it and say, Mark, what have you done that for? Because I like to experiment. But this is continuous, no knot, main line. So it's £18 main line into £70 shock leader. So it is tapered with no knot. And I know the first time it parts, or I have to take it and it snaps or whatever, then I'm going to have to put a shock leader on it. But until then, I'm interested to see. Just to see that it doesn't pick up weed, that it casts smoother. I'll probably bird's nest on the first cast. You know what these things go like. If I'm caught in danger, danger will appear. But yeah, so this is, on both of these multipliers, I'm trying out mono. And I'm pulling my rod around so that I don't have to keep jumping around on camera. I wouldn't normally rig like this. Yeah. So what's on my reel is continuous. There's no knot. It came off the spool like that, and that's exactly what it is. So Century Fireblades, 525 Mag 3s, leader, all in one line to shock leader. I'm curious. I just want to have a play. Don't assassinate me in the comments for it. I know what you all think. And this one is, the reel is down slightly, the other one's further up. I just want to feel what the difference is. So I'm going to put a drop down pulley rig on this, bait up, get it out. It's all go. Leaving the camera running because I need to get this in. So I think just for a change, let's have a little bit of a mix up. What I'm trying to do, guys, is get a bait up and a rig show before we lose all the light and everything's on head torch. You know it's not easy once it's all on head torch. But we're going for it. We're going for it. This is make a right old mess of my setup because this isn't how I usually play the game. Save my rubbish for later. Right, here we go. So we're going to use the up and over rig, the drop down pulley rig. Drop down pulley is what we're going for. And I'm going to use a panel setup. So 2 hooks, one of which is free to move. Which is a bit strange because the first thing we do is wrap wraps around it and make it captive. If you said that out loud to someone else, they go, "You're nuts." Bait. It's all a bit rushed. And this is where I find out that my bait is 100% frozen. Which it probably is, to be honest. It will thaw out quick enough in the sea. So because it is still frozen, let's get that straightened out. Nice straight sand deal. This is going to be no nonsense, guys, seriously. I'm just going to smash it out there to put a bait in the water. And it's going to make my teeth itch knowing it's not quite perfect and it's not exactly what I want or how I like. We all got our own little things, haven't we? I'm just going to get it out there. 2 sand eel, no squid. I'm going to have to put some water in there and force defrost that. I didn't realise it'd still be that frozen. We're losing the light. So this is a hook snood that I've made specifically for this rig. It's quite short. And there's my rig body. It's quite short. I'm going to put the bottom hook, dress it through, present it. I'm going to put a little bit of elastic on that just to hold that in place because that looks like it's going to move otherwise. Mainly round the eye. Like I say to Mrs. Williams, if you focus on the eye, everything else will be alright. If I'm going quiet, it's because I'm concentrating, I'm losing the light. All a bit rushed. Let's get a bait in the water. It's all exciting. And then the top hook, dress it to where it is, and this is a circle hook. Fairly sure it's a Cox and Royal. And there it is. It's hooked up. That is the trace. That is the body. Let's clip the weight on. Hope I don't lose any weights from this solo splashdown, because I know a few people have mentioned that you can. And then I'm going to clip on. I'm going to dress this for casting on the actual rods. And there it is. That is how it's going to fish. And that is very compact, very short. But it's a big tide tonight. That might be too short. But let's give it a go, eh? Out it goes. One thing I need to be very careful of, since I put that line on, I haven't checked how my reel was set for casting. I don't want a great big snake's wedding bird's nest straight away because I haven't checked my setup. I'm going to set this trace. Bottom hook into the splashdown. It might be a little bit loud because my face is right near the microphone at the moment. And that's captive. Let's have a quick look, see what settings I'm on. We're good to go. Good to go. And that cast out absolute beautifully. Really pleased with that. That was nice. I've got no leader not to worry about. Set my drag. I'm going to set my ratchet so that while I set the other rod, I can hear what's going on in case something happens while I'm not looking. That's one rod out. I'm happy now because I've got one bait in the water and I'm fishing. Just need to set the other rod up. Looks like I'm going to need my head torch really soon as well. It's getting dark quick. Sun's gone down. Temperature's starting to drop. Absolutely gagging for a cup of coffee. I'm really desperate that I haven't got my chips. I wanted chips. And once I've got both of these rods rigged, I'm going to prep a couple of baits as well. Just so that I'm ahead of the game. It's the anticipation, isn't it? It's this bit when you first set up, mad keen to get something out. It feels like a while since I've been on a beach as well. I've spent some time on the boat. Work's been difficult. As it is, I'm expecting for a lot of other people. This second lockdown, people's lives getting really impinged. You know, I really feel for those people that have really got any kind of serious issues, or they've had some illness in the family and that during this period. My heart goes out to you guys, it really does. Loving all the support from the channel as well. Getting loads of feedback from people, nice kind comments, supportive comments. It really does make a difference. Why not big everyone up? Why not make everyone happy instead of smashing people down? It's too much of it goes on in my opinion. Too many people smashing too many people down. Positivity all the way, eh? I'm watching that other rod like a hawk because I've just got a feeling, you know. I'm not even sure what's making me feel like this tonight, but proof be in the telling, won't it? Whether I've got all excited over nothing or whether genuinely we're in for a good session. But the only concern I have is, why is everyone else? Why is no one else here? Yeah, always does, doesn't it? Always makes you wonder. So the next rig going out is going to be my personal favourite, which is the up and over. Using 5-ounce leads, grip leads, and easily recognisable by the tubing on the rig. This one's already got a pennel rig on it, pennel setup, pennel hook. And as always, I am struggling because I can't put my torch on, because then you wouldn't be able to see. And I'm guessing that your light now is starting to go, which it is. So we're going to have to swap to head torches soon. Yeah, I took a gamble, give it a pull, oh, and it's come good. The gamble paid off. Imp, I like imps. Talked about imps plenty on the channel, do like them. Just that they're not captive, so you can't off the ground cast. I'm going to go double sandhill as well, because they're sort of defrosting quicker than everything else. I'm going to have to cut some bait up in a minute. Put a bucket of water in. Oh, that's a nice big sandhill. I might just go single sandhill, you know. That's a nice size sandhill. And some elastic. It's getting really difficult to see. I'm going to have to put the lights and torches and that on in a minute. Yeah, single sandhill. Let's go for it. Let's go crazy. Single sandhill, and then something in the tail for the pennel. You're going to be shocked. I'm not going to put any elastic on this bit. 1, 2, 3. Through the meat and veg of the tail. Pull that tight. So that is actually quite a small streamlined bait compared to what I normally fish. A lot smaller than what I'd normally fish, but I'm going to give it a go. Let's get out. So before I completely lose all light, which we're pretty much there, I've got 2 rods in the water and we're fishing. Double sand eel on the drop down pulley, single sand eel on the up and over, 5-ounce leads. Cast out, we're fishing, we're golden. I'll go and set the lighting up now. What a nightmare. My baits are out soaking. They've been out for about a quarter of an hour, almost 20 minutes. It's going to be time for a bait change soon. So, doesn't look like I've got anything on the first cast, but it's early days. Check the time, see what time it is. Yeah, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got a good 5 hours worth of fishing yet. So I don't want to go burning through my bait, if that makes sense. I want to go slow and steady, win the race, let these soak properly, give them a good soak in, because they were frozen when they went out. That gives it a bit of longevity, doesn't it? Start prepping some other baits and rigs in a minute, as in snoods. And then when I do the changeover, I can just unclip and clip on. But yeah, uploaded another rig making video tonight. Trying to keep variation. So obviously shore fishing, boat fishing, rig making, workshop, van. Got to catch up with the van. Yeah, it's all good. Hope you're enjoying the channel. 62, 3, 4 videos out now. Just over a year. We had our 1-year birthday last month. It's all good fun. I'm enjoying it. At which point you get your remote control and go, click, it's rubbish. Yeah, happy days. Loving the participation. People getting in on the comments section, helping other people out, modifying rigs, adjusting rigs, fishing tactics, all that kind of stuff. The more we share, the more we can learn. Rather than struggle a whole lifetime to learn a skill, you can all work together and compress that time, spend your lifetime enjoying it. How's that for a plan? Learn everything in the first year. Spend the next 40 odd years enjoying it, instead of learning everything over 40 years and then enjoying it right at the end. There's some satisfaction in that, I know. But modern technology, sharing is caring. Everyone hides their marks, don't they? Oh, you're not seeing where I'm fishing. Oh, secrets. No, we can all share, can't we? Share, You can keep the odd secret to yourself, can't you? Your marks, your extra special ones, the ones that were hard fought and won, you know, the ones that took you a long time to find. We're not trying to prize those out of anyone's fingertips. What we're saying is, if you know a snood should be that long instead of that long, share it. Share it. If you've been successful with something specific, share it. It's all good stuff, isn't it? Loving it. What I need is a fish. I need to break the duck and then I can chill. I'm more hyper at the moment. The bait's still frozen. I didn't take it out of the freezer in time, did I? Bait's still frozen. I've had a brew. That's just compounded the fact. I'm going to say it again. I haven't had my tea. I wanted chips. Chips with lots of vinegar on. That's what. Oh, don't. It's just winding me up now. Just winding me up. Right, I'm going to go and do some fishing. I've got a bite on the right rod. Looked like an angry rattle, so I'm hoping it's not a ting. Ah, it's a ting. What a surprise. On the drop down pulley. So the first fish of the night is to a drop down pulley. And that has got a bite mark in it. Something's had a go at that ting. So the first fish of the night goes to... Calm down, calm down, calm down. The drop down pulley rig. And it's a ting. Drop down pulley rig. I've got to try and get that hook out now. But what's interesting with this one as well, and I'm going to try and I've got a bucket of water. He's got a bite mark on him. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. You see that bite mark on the tail there? Something's grabbed this from behind. See that bite mark on that side there? Something's literally gone for the back end of this. I don't know if that's whilst it was caught and I was reeling it in. Didn't feel any weight. But I've got a funny feeling. It's conger straps. They like a ting. They like a whiting. The fresher the better. But yeah, something's had a go at that. That means there's big stuff out there. I'm going to get this unhooked. The last time we fished here, we caught the rays on the slack of high water and then just on the turn. So I think I'm going to fish down 2 hours. It's not fishing anywhere near as much as I thought it would. I thought it'd be a lot more lively, to be honest. But maybe that's why I'm the only person here. You can never tell, can you? But you got to be in it to win it. So I've got half an hour of the flood, fish the slack. I'm going to put fresh baits on for the high water mark, for the high water time. Got baits ready to go on the tripod. On high water, I'll put fresh baits out, prep the other ones, and I think I'll do 2 more bait changes on the way down. Now 1-1 for the up and over rig and for the drop down pulley. So the up and over rig, it gives a much better bite indication, far better bite indication. The drop down pulley is sort of like a muted bite indication, if that's right. But a ting. They're almost transparent, aren't they? Tings. Good conger bait. If you're going to catch a big conger, that's the chappy to use. That other one's got a bite mark in it, so something has gone for that. But yeah, so we're getting close to high tide. I'm just going to get this chappy back in. Give my hands a bit of a clean. Get this chappy back in. Sort myself out. Fresh baits all round. Ready for high water. I'm going to fish an hour and a half down. See if we can pick out a ray on the drop, eh? I'm still using double sandy on squid. Not changing anything. Oh, hang on, mate. I'm going to get this critter back in. Yeah. See if we can winkle out a ray. But at the moment, 2 tings. 1-1. Drop down pulley, up and over rig. Nothing in it really, is there? I think I've got an inquiry. Looks a bit tingy to me. So at the moment, it's just greedy little tings. Little white tings. That's about the smallest one. Smallest one of the evening. Yeah, need to get this little critter unhooked, get him sorted out. Just give me a minute. Get him sorted out, unhooked, back in. Yeah, tings. Just rattling away, stripping my baits. But you've got to keep a bait out there for a chance for something else to see it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm persevering. Getting towards the end of this fishing session. Tide's definitely on the drop now. I'm hoping, still hoping, like you do, you live in hope that we can winkle a ray out before we finish up for the night. My PB from here was last cast, last rod. I'd already packed a rod away and then picked that one up. Yeah, so up and over rig, drop down pulley rig. I'm fishing a short drop down pulley. I know that could probably be another 12 inches longer if I wanted a long flowing trace in the tide. So maybe it's not a fair comparison because the up and over is longer than the drop down pulley. But yeah, they've both fished well tonight. I've had no snags, no knocks, no bumps. Everything's casting well. I prefer the reel in the lower position than the higher position. One of my multipliers is starting to make a little bit of a noise, so I'm going to have that in the workshop and strip it down and have a look at the bearings. Because I think that'd be shocking if a bearing's going already. That's what it sounds to me like. They're both set up the same, but that would be shocking if one of the bearings is already on its way out. They've only been used 4, 5, 6 times maximum. 6 times maximum, I reckon. And I look after them. I look after my stuff. So if a bearing's on its way out already, then I can do a swap out, do a full bearing change, maybe swap to some posh bearings. I don't know. Always experimenting, always beavering around. What I do need is some pallet wood so I can put in my log burner, because as you can see, it's getting cold now, which means the workshop's going to start being cold. Like the wood burner, keep warm out in the workshop with Jasper the fishing hound. Yeah, so I'm having a little bit of a tidy up, and the next rod that comes in is going to stay in, and I'm going to leave one out, shot to nothing, fresh baited, see if we can winkle one out. But we're getting close to the end of the session. But yeah, you never know, do you? I'm calling it because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. But there's definitely something afoot because I'm the only one here. There's no one else here. Everyone else has gone, do you know what? Rubbish. You ain't going to fish well down there tonight. I'm staying in. I'm in the process of packing away. I just reeled one of the rods in. It had a ting on the end. I didn't even see the bite. When I say it was a ting, it was more of a ting than an ing. It was tiny. I've just put it back. As soon as I saw it, I just unhooked it. It was nicely hooked in the mouth. I just unhooked it at the water's edge, let him go. Survived to fight another day. Ting away. Yeah, so 4 tings is hardly going to set the world on fire. But you got to be in it to win it. You got to have a bait in the water to have a chance. So it's all about putting the time in, as far as I'm concerned. Rays don't just come easy. You can target them, you can know where they are. Doesn't mean you're going to catch them. Not getting all philosophical, but that's the truth of it, as far as I understand it. Yeah, so really enjoyable session. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me. As always, your company's been appreciated. keeping me amused as I can think of what you're looking at me thinking, I wouldn't do it that way, mate. Or, is he really doing that? Or, this guy, seriously, what is he doing? I'm joking, you know I am. I'm pulling your chain. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Tight lines and happy fishing. Hope to spend time with you sometime soon. And from me, for now, from the beach, it's goodbye. Take care.